Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And of course, good morning, mini Motorways. We are off to Wellington for today's daily challenge. Stretch the back. We got double destinations, double traffic lights, all sorts of double toil and trouble as we head to New Zealand for a lovely adventure. That's what we're going to have, damn it. A lovely adventure. It is super windy outside right now, and Nora is not happy. She can't sit in her bathroom window without getting the wind blown on her, and that's just unacceptable if you're a kitty cat, so, you know. It's a sad and difficult day to be Nora, but she'll get through it. It is indeed so fucking windy, Hulkamat. Thank you, Hulkamat. Hulkamat was here first. Good morning to you. Good morning, Jer, as well. Saw Jer in the chat beforehand. I busted out a brand new starting soon screen, which we'll look at roughly nowish. It's new. Is it good? I don't know, but it's new. You go off that away. Rage Jazzy put together a stream schedule with like a vertical layout, kind of like that. Let's take 4 traffic lights. That'll be lovely to have. Jazzy put together a stream schedule for her Discord that had like that kind of vertical layout, and I was like, ooh, that looks nice. I'm gonna do that. So I did that, basically. Hopefully it looks good. Ow. I also, in other potentially stupid, well, this one's a definitely stupid thing, changing up the layout of the starting soon screen. And by the way, I redid the stream alerts, so like when people redeem Goog bucks for stuff, there are now different alerts that show up. Hopefully those actually work. Again, I spent time on those, so hopefully they work. But anyway, as I was saying, in other, like, all of those are potentially stupid things I did. I do a lot of potentially stupid things, some of which turn out to be okay, good, and fine. In an actually stupid thing I did, I was shaving my head this morning because my hair had grown out just long enough. Hulkamat redeemed to take that. And it actually played the audio. Yay! A thing worked. Huzzah. So anyway, let's take a bridge because we don't have any bridges. I was shaving my head this morning because my hair had started growing out again, as it is known to do, and I just, for some god-awful reason, forgot that I was holding a sharp, deadly weapon in my hand and decided to turn my head so as to better curve the blade to get around my ear. And you know what? I cut my head. I cut my head, I felt it slice my skin, and then there was blood on my neck. It's a true fact about the underscore Goog. I put blood on my very own personal neck. Hulkamat chopped open his own head last month. It sucked. Yeah. We're going to run these 2 yellows down over this way to get into this plaza. This is going to be basically fine. As long as this turns into something that isn't red or green, it's going to be fine. Yeah, fortunately mine was a very slight cut. Like it's already stopped bleeding, and I was able to shower this morning, and it didn't start flowing. I can feel where it was, and it's already starting to scab over just in the 45 minutes or so since it happened. But still, ow, pain. Additionally, my hair got to that awful little place where it's too long to be shaved down just with a manual razor, but also too short to be properly buzzed with like hair trimmers. What I need, of course, is one of those fancy handheld head shavy buzz things that exist. I need one of those. If only there was a major gift-giving holiday coming up shortly. Anyway, let's take a motorway. Pop these 2 light blues. Actually, you know what? We're going to restructurate all of our light blue situation here. We've got these 3 light blues and this fella. I think the 4 of them can make this circle generally happy. So what we're going to do is we're going to run these blues right up to here. And then we're going to do this and also this. Get these 4 blues into this circle, these 3 blues into this. Unfortunately, we don't have super great access to the western end of this business. I could motorway these 2 yellow houses, but that feels like an awful waste of a motorway, to be perfectly honest. So what we're going to do is basically this. We're just going to have everybody merge together right here. This is not the worst intersection in the history of the world. There's a little bit of overlap here as the yellows go out and perhaps the blues go in, but they'll be fine. This will be fine. This here will be fine. These 2 will swing over this way. This has gone circular, but hey, we've got these 3 blues right here. Any more blues that spawn along this way will just add to this road. This is all going to be fine. This is a case study in everything being cool and good and a-okay. And also, good lord, it is windy and rainy outside. Honestly, I had the bathroom window open because it's how I let steam out of my bathroom when I'm showering, but I had it open. We'll take a tunnel here because we don't have any of those. It's a good thing to have. It feels like... Honestly, it feels like a rainstorm on an August night. It's not cold, at least where I am. It's like, I don't know, 45, 50? And for just before dawn on a mid-December morning, 45 degrees is ridiculous. You know what? Actually, I don't need to motorway these. I thought I did, and perhaps I should, but I don't need to. What we can do instead is draw a whole bunch of road. We can run, you swing out this way. Yeah, we'll just draw. Fucked that up on literally the last square. There you go. We'll draw this road out and up to here like so. So you 3 take a long way getting over here, get rid of that motorway. Yeah, we can save that motorway for some other thing that needs motorwaying, such as perhaps these reds, actually. These reds might need the, You know, I can actually If I had a roundabout, I could roundabout right here, and then have these 2 reds just bing over to here, and then, Well, one problem at a time. Behold, one problem. Ooh, one problem is that I don't have any tunnel. That's not good. Give me a bridge. Take a bridge. Huh. Okay. Well, listen, I need a tunnel to get these purples way over to here. So, I think it's time for this tunnel to stop existing. And we're gonna wind up doing that thing I said I could do, basically. Y'all remember the movie about the fake song that goes, and you doing that thing I said you could do. Yeah, that's how the song went. So the 4 of you are gonna converge roughly here-ish onto motorway number 1, which is going to swing that away over to here. And the wonderful part of this, actually, is that by eliminating this road, I can shorten this yellow path like so, and these yellows can now go straight into this business, simplifying this entrance, which is nice. Additionally, you 2, once this tunnel actually finishes getting itself gone, there you go, good job, that tunnel. All right, you hook up that away, you swing over thisly like so. The 3 of you approach this from the east. Good work. I'm so proud of all of you. We'll even connect this over to here to provide a 3rd house supporting this business, just in case this gets any, circular ideas. We don't want that. Generally, but, one never knows when things could decide that they feel like being circles. So, where was I going with that? I feel like I was saying a thing and then I got distracted by the game I'm playing, which is typically a good thing by which to get distracted. As an infant, Sunflare Space developed a strawberry hemangioma. That's what we're going to go with. Hemangioma on your top lip. Sounds bad. It disappeared over time, except when you get hot or emotional, in which case it swells ever so slightly again. Are you saying you're basically a human mood ring? I don't think that is what you're saying, but that's what it sounds like you're saying. Which, hey, that's a cute parlor trick, I guess. So this green circle exists over here. We've got a big clump of green right here. It's not great, generally speaking. Fortunately, it is already Sunday. So we can probably, well, if we get a motorway, we're fine. If we don't get a motorway, we're in an interesting position. Hey, look, a motorway. We're fine. Great. This is a yellow business. That is totally fine. Let's do the simple part first and just draw you down to here. We're going to avoid these red houses. Ultimately, I think these red houses are still destined to get over here and support this business, but that's a problem for future me right now. Speaking of right now, you are going to go this way. Actually, why don't we just have these yellows approach this from the west? Yeah, you can much more easily get to the western entrance of that. And that means, I think, this can bop over that away. Okay, I know Mini Motorways says that motorways can't go over mountains. And I know that this is happening. The reason this is okay, in case you're confused, the reason this is okay is that there is a path by which this motorway wouldn't go over a mountain. Like, if I had a house right here, the motorway would exit up north and go around. And mechanically, it covers the same distance and it's going to move at the same speed. Like, I don't actually think the shape of the motorway changes the travel time in any way. So mechanically, all I'm doing is creating a straight shot connection from here to here, and this does not count as a mountain. So even though, yes, visually, this is very much over a mountain, and motorways very much cannot go over mountains, it's actually fine. And it makes sense that it's fine. I agree with it being fine, mostly because it helps me. You swing up that way, go over here, and then there, and the, what's this, 8-9 of you? Yeah, the, what's this 8-9 of you? Boop, boop. The what's this 8-9 of you will come over this way into the eastern entrance of this plaza and catch up and then support this circle. Huzzah! I'm so glad I decided to mute before taking a sip of my beverage that time. I have a metal coaster and the glass stuck to it and it got very clangy. So, it's a tiny little observation about my life. I have metal coasters. It's a true fact. Alright, what are we going to do right up here? We've got this garbage nonsense, and this garbage nonsense is kind of garbage and nonsensical. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, which isn't the most direct route into here, but it is the most direct route that allows for a left turn with the traffic light, which is what we want. Now, these two yellow houses are generally well suited to support this double plaza. We can also add this to the road. However, we do have all of this. We might pop into here with another traffic light right there. We could even swing out this way. So all of these purples hook onto this little abutment road and then come this way to swing down here, come support this nonsense. Okay. This is a very long and convoluted path to get to where we're going, but ultimately it's going to end with all four of these businesses remaining properly supported, which is what we want. It's what we're going for. You two right here can easily get onto this road. Well, I don't really mind having these. You know what I could do, actually? Would kind of be bad, just create extra. Yeah, I don't want these to be the primary support for this yellow business. I was thinking I could run these yellows either up here to here or down to join this, but I don't really want extra. Give me a tunnel. I don't really want extra traffic on this road because we've only got 3 light blue houses supporting this circle. I don't want to make it harder for them. On the other hand, well, this just went circular, which means it's even more good reason for these yellows to be here and stay pointed this way, because now they're like backup support. So, okay. Where was I going with this? This light blue house isn't doing anything. It can hook onto that road, support that circle. That's going to be fine. This red business is starting to fall behind, which was to be expected. Is there anything? Unfortunately, the only way I have to get these reds over to here is to just create a terrible intersection right here. Like, this really should be a roundabout, what I'm about to do, but we're gonna have to do that. There should be a roundabout right here. If there was, this would be totally fine. As it is, we're just gonna have to do this. Also, I don't love the way I have this motorway situated, but it's okay-ish, kinda. Not great or anything, but it's gonna be fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is all fine. Everything here is fine. Jer and Sunflower Space appear to be talking about why people suck, which is a long and varied subject. Let's take a tunnel and catch up with chat, shall we? Sunflower Space agrees that she is a human mood ring. They're entirely benign, those lip spots, which is good. People used to tell your parents, "Oh, such a cute baby." It's a shame about that spot, or you're going to get it chopped off. You know, just go ahead and suggest that an infant has plastic surgery. That seems like a good thing for a person to do to another person. Jer is allergic to suntan lotion, which, that sounds like a difficult time, bud. That sounds like a great way to end up sunburned and then inside a lot. Which, I mean, I was as a child, and I'm not even allergic to suntan lotion. You have a... Oh, that ingredient is also in most bug sprays, which... Boy, Jerry, you must love camping. You seem like a person who just really enjoys the great outdoors. Well... Ooh, there are no mosquitoes in Iceland. That's a tremendous reason to move to Iceland. In addition to it being just a lovely country and, as idyllic European landscapes go, apparently very cheap. Like, the thing I know about Iceland as a general concept is that it is surprisingly cheap to get to for American tourists. You get over that away. Of course, that's, becomes such a meme that it may not even be true of Iceland anymore, but that is at least what I have heard. You, right here, are a very awkwardly situated light blue business, but hey, you did spawn directly adjacent to a light blue neighborhood, so I'm not even gonna touch you, honestly. Like, these houses right here are totally fine supporting this business. We're getting so many greens to spawn over here. This is an absurd number of greens. This is a truly disturbing number of greenhouses that are just populated. Guys, you don't have to go this hard. You can go less hard if you want. Oh. Well, it appears as though there was a reason for them to go so hard. Okay. Let's see here. So we got to get greens over to here. We got to get greens over to here. Interesting. Now, if I was to motorway, let's say hypothetically, hold on here. If I were the king of the forest, let's start with that framing device. You come over this way. Let's kill all of this. Hold on. Let's kill all of this. Put these grays together. Motorway number 3 up to the western entrance of this plaza. Now, you go up that way. That's tremendous, except we may have noticed, well, what we're doing, in essence, is allowing boop, 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 hobbity boop. You, right here, the 4 of you, whoop, draw the road straight, Goog. Doot and doot. Okay, so these 4 greenhouses swing over this way. They support this business. Tremendous. These 4 gray businesses, motorway number 3 themselves, up to here, they support that business. Lovely. These 3 reds join this road here in feeding onto motorway number 1, which tiny little dinky jumps itself over to this red circle. That's okay. Don't mind that. This is all fine, except it leaves this green business and this green business completely and totally unsupported. If only, the Goog cries, if only we had multiple enormous clusters of greenhouses not presently doing anything. If only we could, say, draw green roads just like this and just like this, that would send 4 houses, no, wait, maybe 5 or even 6 houses in this direction to support this business, and an additional 4 to support this one, while still having the 8, 9, I don't fucking know of you on motorway number 2, and a pair of extra greens just for shits and giggles. If only that were the case. Why, if that were the case, ow, my fucking head, I gotta stop touching it. It doesn't hurt until I notice it, and then I touch it, and it hurts. There's a lesson there, Goog. If only that was the case. Sunflare Space is suggesting that Jer may have been born in the wrong country, which, I mean, listen, anyone born in the United States without money, I guess it's still better than many places. Yeah, if you're gonna be born without money, like, the real answer is just be born rich. So, try again, Jer. I don't know don't actually do that, but I don't know what to tell people other than that. We're gonna move you down to here, motorway number 3 up this way. This road here needs some beiges, so we're gonna beige some beiges off this way. Everybody likes binging with beiges. That's your favorite cooking YouTube channel, right? You come over this way. So we'll have 4 of you go there. We'll have 4 of you go there. That's all going to be okay. Doot and doot. Donnez-moi. I've already got two more traffic lights still. Give me a 3rd tunnel that I will probably eventually get around to using. This is going to be okay. Yep, we've got some beiges coming in here. They're sustaining this business just fine. Great. How's this weird double blue nonsense going? This weird double blue This weird double blue nonsense appears to be going basically fine, which is good. That's what I wanted. Now, if you, well, hold on. You do this circle right here has gone circular. That's why it's a circle. That's what happens when you have to go circular in order to be a circle. That's a true fact. You go off that way. You go off that way. Do we need to worry about this being a circle? I don't think so. I think it's basically okay. I think I have a way to make it slightly more okay. We're going to take these two greenhouses, pop them right here. This is going to be a traffic light. That'll get a greenhouse off of this road and also add a greenhouse to the general support system. So that's actually a good thing that I've done, I think. Sadly, I can't do it with this greenhouse. There's no way to get it up and over and around and such, but, you know, everything's generally fine. Now then, give me a bridge. We only have one of them. We only have one roundabout, or one traffic light, rather. This greenhouse needs to point up instead of down so that it can be, you know, good instead of bad. This double plaza situation still appears to be working out just fine. I could, in theory, pull some of these, like, I could probably finagle these yellows up here and swing down that way, but honestly, that's just effort. This traffic light's getting a little bit angry. These dark blues in general are getting a little bit angry. You know what? Kind of feel as though we don't need to do as much of this as I have been doing. Hold on. Let's take, this is a great thing to do, by the way, is just fuck with the pathing for businesses that are actively dying. It's a highly suggested thing to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take motorway number 3. We're going to put it into the eastern entrance of this business. And hey, while we're fucking with it, we might as well have it pull from these two just to be a little bit tiny bit shorter. You go up that way, that'll support that. No, there's no great way to redraw. Actually, wait, hold on. I can redraw. Give me a moment. While we're here improving things, let's swing our arms from side to side. We're going to swing this yellow and blue road down and then around. That will allow us to significantly shorten motorway number 3, and that'll make up for the fact that now there are 3 houses instead of 4 houses supporting this business. That, in turn, is going to allow all of these beige houses to join the very long, ridiculous path that gets over to this double plaza, just in case this guy ever goes circular. That was not at all what I was actually doing, but it was a thing that I noticed I could do, so I did it. The thing I was actually doing is moving this dark blue situation out like so, through here via tunnel, and then into the western entrance of this plaza. So now, these dark blues go into here, these dark blues and these yellows go into here. This nonsense doesn't exist anymore. And assuming the dark blues don't die in the next 19 seconds, everything's gonna be better. You know, hopefully. Also, my hands are dry, so it's a problem. Ow. The dark blues have actually died in the preceding 19 seconds, or the following 19 seconds. So I maintain that that was a good change I made. It just didn't work in time, but, you know, your mileage may vary. 1,927 commuters over 83 days. That's not terribly great, but hey, look at the map. I accidentally hit the map instead of the menu. Off we go. Yes, town shut down. Bad job, Goog. Mayor Goog fired once again. I'll have to go off and ruin another town tomorrow. Top 15% in the world, which is not bad. Oh my god, I missed Samurai. Angerating. Oh. Drop those samurai slams in the chat if you've got them. Oh. By 7 people. By 7 people. Samurai Sam has achieved victory. Curses foiled again. Would have gotten away with the 2 if it weren't for the meddling kids and the dog. Not great. The Wordle is not great. None of the letters in great are in the Wordle. Curses. Okay. Well, fine. It could be plunt. Now, granted, plunt isn't a word, but it could have been plunt. Okay, we've learned a thing. There is a G. Probably. I think it's something in G. Maybe it's using. That's not a great guess, but it's... okay, there's no G. And we know that the U is not the first. Okay. Huh. Well, it could be funny. Could absolutely be funny. It's funny. Haha, how about that? I solved the Wordle good. Hooray. Did it in like 4 guesses, but we got there quickly, is what I was getting at. Now, you may notice that there are tabs here because I, for once, thought to preload some shit. Holy shit, look at that. Oh, it's almost like we're a professional quality craftsman of people or something. Okay. Now, we need to create first 4 groups of 4. Let's see here. Happy and amateur are both hours. Rush hour is a thing. The 11th hour is a thing. Now, let's make sure that there isn't a 5th one of those. First, Broadway, Jiffy, Park, Principal, Flash, 5th, 2nd, Chief Mattis. Yeah, no, I think Happy, Amateur, Rush, and 11th, those are all hours. Is that the purple one today? That's the purple one today. The purple one is the Trixie one. I know there are 3 other colors. I forgot what they're supposed to mean, but the purple one is the tricky one. I remember that. Now then, a Jiffy, a Second, a Flash, and a Wink are all super fast measurements of time in which a person could do something, and that does not apply at all to any of the remainder. So, a brief moment. There you go. Well done. The Chief and the Principal are both the people in charge, but Madison, 5th, Park, and 1st are all avenues in New York City. On the other hand, actually, is 1st Avenue a thing? I don't think 1st Avenue is a thing. I think Broadway is a thing. Broadway is a street in New York City. And these other 4 all mean like the top and highest and foremost. So I think, yeah, there we go. These are avenues in New York City. Broadway isn't an avenue. It's just named Broadway. It may be a lowercase a avenue, but it's not a capital A avenue. 5th Avenue and Madison Avenue and Park Avenue, those are all capital A avenues. Broadway is just Broadway. Damn you, the New York Times. But hey, we did the connections in 4, so that's lovely. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna reopen my Wordle tab for future copy pasting. But look, it's yesterday's Immaculate Grid. We need White Sox and Guardians and Rangers and Phillies and dudes who had a 30-save season and dudes who had 200 wins in their career. Broadway literally is just Dutch meaning broad street. It's English too. Samurai Sam has resubscribed with Prime Gaming, and also both things just popped off, which is weird. Samurai Sam resubscribed with Prime Gaming, having been subscribed now for 32 months. Thank you, Sam. I don't think I need this Streamlabs thing open anymore. I think that was the reason both of the sounds went. But hey, thank you, Sam. 32 months in the Goog troop. Go ahead and drop all those lovely Tier 1 emotes to which Sam now has access. Thank you, Samuel. All right. As I was saying, what was I saying? I was saying bang sub 7 because plugs. Final subathon 7, January 6th. All right. We need a Ranger who had 30 saves in a season. That'll be Joe Nathan. He was the Rangers closer one time. He was good at it. We need a Ranger who had Twitch viewer counts are weird, honestly. Especially, like, I think they're never totally 100% precise. And when you have a small single-digit number of viewers, like I typically do, it's difficult. Anyway, a Ranger who had 200 wins in his career is Ryan Nolan, as opposed to Katie No Nolan, who is just, you know, we're gonna scroll back through my Stream Deck and hit this drop for no particular reason. Anyway, we need a Texas Ranger who was also a Philadelphia Philly, which is... Was Craig Kimball a Ranger? Possibly. I'm sure it's very easy if I think about it for a second. Michael Young was a Philly, wasn't he? Yeah, Michael Young was a Philly after he was a Ranger. I remember that. That's a true statement. Yeah, Michael Young counts. Good for me. All right, we need a Guardian who had 30 saves in the season. Let's go with Joe Table. Jose Mesa. We also need, is Michael Young old now? He is indeed old. He's, you know, in his late 40s, 50s, something like that. We need a Guardian pitcher who had 200 wins in his career. Let's go with El Presidente, Dennis Martinez. Dennis Martinez was a really good pitcher. Is he a Hall of Famer? He might be a Hall of Famer. I don't know. On merit, he feels close-ish, but he was old when I was young, so, you know, he is not a Hall of Famer. Well, it's a shame for El Presidente. Anyway, we also need a Guardian who was a Philly. Let's go with Michael Bourne. I think Michael Bourne was a Philly. I'm correct about that. That's a deep cut, 0.4% for Michael Bourne. Good for me. We need a Chicago White Sox pitcher who had 30 saves in a season. I'm going to go with Roberto Hernandez, closer on the Chicago White Sox of World Series Baseball 95 for the Sega Genesis. A good video game, according to 9-year-old _Goog. You know. Anyway, we also need a Chicago White Sox pitcher who had 200 wins in his career. Let's not mess around with this. We're just going to go with Mark Burley, a rather large, heavy-set gentleman, hence the name Burley. Not like fat or anything, just a big guy. And finally, a White Sox player who was also a Philly. Hey, guys! This is Jim. Jim Tomei closes out an Immaculate Grid. Hooray for me! I am the _Goog, and for once I have triumphed at the grid. Yay! Oh, I feel so good about life and myself. Oh, except I just twisted my neck and reminded myself that I sliced my head open. Welp. I felt good about stuff for a moment there. Let's guess the .game. As we look at this game, the first thing I notice, obviously, this is a dam. These kind of look like N64 graphics. Sunflare Space has redeemed a stretch. Oh, big stretch. Oh, big stretch for Sunny. Oh, buddy, a big stretch for Sunflare Space. Tell me what you think of these new graphics, by the way, the channel rewards and all of that. I think I generally like the layout. I'm noticing that the white might be a wee tad hard to read. I think I might switch that out for black text with a white border instead of white text with a black border. But yeah, I think they're a good addition and all that. But anyway, it's a big stretch. Oh, God. Anyway. Samurai Sam dropping a crab rave. Now then, this is a dam, and these look generally like N64 graphics. Sunflare Space has redeemed a hydrate. Let us hydrate, lest we dehydrate. Definitely better than the alternative. Tasty water. So I'm thinking, this is a dam. These are N64 graphics. That's GoldenEye, right? It was indeed intentional that you did not see a graphic that had the words crab rave. You know, some of them have words, stretch, hydrate, that sort of thing. Some of them will just play a cute little thing. Samurai Sam would like me to issue the following public service announcement. The following is a public service announcement. J.K. Rowling is a TERF. In case you hadn't heard, J.K. Rowling, author of the Harry Potter franchise and several other worse books, is a TERF, and therefore, fuck J.K. Rowling. Fuck J.K. Rowling. Fuck J.K. Rowling. Fuck all TERFs in general. Not like physically. Don't do that. Don't engage in relations with them. Sam has a good, strong point. I wanted to balance, like, obtrusiveness versus... The window is also good. We're tweaking. We're fixing. We're futzing. We might introduce some new things. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, my point is that J.K. Rowling is a TERF. Fuck TERFs. Or yeet TERFs. One of those. As I've been trying to say for the last 5 minutes or so, I think this is GoldenEye. I think it's GoldenEye. It's not, but it's a similarly excellently thought of video game. So, okay. Now, this doesn't help me much. This appears to be a box. Maybe this dude is hiding behind this box. This is definitely like a shooter or an action game of some kind. Are we sure this isn't GoldenEye? Like, I still think it could be GoldenEye. Samurai Sam thinks it's Medal of Honor. Okay. Is it Medal of Honor : Allied Assault, or is it just literally Medal of Honor? Here, Medal of Honor. It is not Medal of Honor. It is originally for Windows. Okay, so it's a PC game. That looks like a Pikmin, but it has previously been established that this is a PC game, so that can't be a Pikmin. These look like weird alien bug things, or perhaps weird alien plant things. Actually, hold on. If that's a weird alien bug thing, and that's a Space Marine and a helmet, was there an early PC version of Starship Troopers? That can't be right. That can't possibly be right. Yeah, no. It's not the first Halo, is it? No, the first Halo would have been an Xbox game, not Windows. The fuck is this game? The fuck is this game? A good and fair question. Hey, the first Halo would have had better graphics than this. This is true. This is an old PC game. This is, So we got a dam. Somebody's blowing up a dam. I think Counter-Strike has aliens. Sure, fine. This is Counter-Strike. It's the original Counter-Strike. It is not the original Counter-Strike. It is an adventure shooter with puzzle elements. That's not Duke Nukem. No, that guy's not Duke Nukem. Could be Quake. I think Quake has vampires, though. Could be wrong about Quake, but originally released 1998. This is Half-Life, right? Because the crowbar's like famous, and this head crab dude. This is like a Half-Life, right? Okay. This is not fair. Is it half space life or half dash life? I'm gonna guess that it's half dash life. It's half dash life. Okay. Here is some gameplay footage of the original half dash life with this old dude yakking about stuff. All right, that is a GuessThe.Game, but we are not done yet. Samurai Sam has introduced me to Pokédoku. Pokédoku is a puzzle game, sort of. It's Sudoku. It's the Immaculate Grid. It's that sort of thing. but with Pokemon. I don't know how well you can tell with this one. I think you can read all of that. We need to find a Pokemon that is first in its evolution line, a Pokemon that has no evolution line, a Pokemon that is in the final evolution of its line, and we need Hoenn. Now, Samurai Sam, that's not true. That cannot be true because yesterday's Pokédoku required me to know someone from Kanto, from Johto, and from Sinnoh. And now this one needs Hoenn. So either Sinnoh or Hoenn is Gen 3. I thought Sinnoh was Gen 3, but now apparently Hoenn is Gen 3. So that would explain why I was bad at yesterday's grid. Also, hot take, every Pokemon game beyond Gen 2 is fake. It's not real, okay? There were 151 Pokemon, and then they added like 100 or so, and then they were done. Every Pokemon after that is bullshit. Okay? Now, with that having been said, so Hoenn is Gen 3. That's like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Okay. As I recall, and I could be wrong about this, I think Mudkip is the water starter in Gen 3. Okay, let me go through the steps here. I'm very confident that Mudkip is a water starter. I'm slightly less confident that Mudkip is the water starter in Gen 3. But if I'm right about that, yeah. So the Pokemon... So there are 3 rules, and this is cool. When you go to make your guess in this square, this is something I like for this game. The Pokemon must be from Hoenn. It cannot be a Pokemon without an evolutionary line. And it doesn't care about Mega or Gigamax, which is good because those things are fake because they weren't in Gens 1 or 2. It's true, they weren't. Anyway, the square here is Mudkip. We're going to say it's Mudkip. Hey, it was Mudkip! I was right about stuff. Okay. So, we need a monotype that is first in its evolution line. So we need a Pokemon that has exactly one type that does evolve at some point. We're going to go with Rattata. Rattata is a normal type that evolves. There we go. Also, just knock out the bottom version here. The final evolution and a monotype, it's Raticate. That is one normal ass. You know what? Let's mix it up and go Persian. Persian is a normal type that is the final evolution in its line. Hooray. Now then, we need a grass type that is first in its evolution. We'll go Bellsprout. That makes perfect and total sense. And a grass type that is the final evolution in its line is Venusaur. There we go. Not Venusaur Mega, not Venusaur. No, these two are fake. I don't know what these two things are. They don't exist. Venusaur is the correct answer to that square. Now then, we need something from Gen 3 that has no evolution line, which is... oof. Sunflare Space has redeemed a treat for Nora. A treat for Nora, you say? Well. However, could we do something like that? Legendaries count. Good. Name a fucking Gen 3 legendary. Sunflare Space has apparently named a Gen 3 legendary. Hi, Nora. You want this treat? Go get it. No, I threw it that away. All right, she's off chasing it. Sunflare Space has just straight up told me that Groudon, one of Hulkamat's favorite Pokemon, fits this square. And Samurai Sam has reminded me that Registeel exists. So, fine, here, have Registeel. Registeel's in the chat, if you got him. All right, we need a monotype that doesn't evolve. So we need something that is just one type, does not freaking evolve. You know who doesn't freaking evolve and doesn't have an evolution? Okay, now let me think about this. Did they ever put in a formal way for... I don't think they ever... Tauros would fit. Tauros fits this square, I think. Wait. Actually, I think maybe they put in a baby Tauros at some point. I think there might be a baby Tauros. But you know what they never did? They never actually put together a way to evolve Mew into Mewtwo. And that means that Mewtwo fits the center square. Haha! Alright, now we need a grass type that doesn't evolve, which feels difficult. A grass type that doesn't evolve. Is there a grass legendary? I mean, probably. Can't, like, Arceus be every type? Is that cheating? Yeah, that feels like cheating, actually. That's probably not true. Here, let's focus on the final evolution of a Gen 3. The elemental monkeys are Gen 4, right? Like Pansear and Panpour and Pan-Grass Guy. Those are Gen 4, so they don't count. Gen 5, God. There's so many fucking gens of Pokemon. What is Mudkip finally ultimately evolve into is the question. Man, I don't fucking know. Tyranitar is Gen 2. Shit. Magnezone? Was that Gen 2 or Gen 3? I think Magnezone was Gen 2. Because that was a steel... Yeah. That was one of the steel types they introduced. And steel was a thing in Gen 2. Yeah. Magnezone is Gen 4? Motherfucker. See, Samurai Sam is very good at this game because Samurai Sam knows Pokemon as much as Samurai Sam knows baseball. And we've seen a lot of Samurai Sam knowing fucking baseball. Sunflare Space tells me that the answer is Swampert, and yes, absolutely. Absolutely, this is a team effort. Okay. Now then, we need a grass type that doesn't evolve, which feels more... Does Gardevoir... No, something evolves into Gardevoir. So Gardevoir has an evolution line. Man, every grass type is like, here's an adorable little plant, and then it evolves into a thing, and then the thing evolves into a gigantic fucking monster. And what do you mean Gardevoir is not grass? Hold on. I'm not going to actually answer this, but look at that Pokemon. Look at that Pokemon. That is a... It's just pure psychic, isn't it? God, Pokemon. But every little grass type is like Bellsprout, right? Is, oh, look, it's a little plant guy. And then you give it a leaf stone and it's like, here is my enormous plant monster. Sunflare Space asks what that little flower Pokemon is. Maybe you mean Bellossom? But, like, something evolves into Bellossom, doesn't it? Bellossom has like Bellossom is like it's a split of the Oddish line, right? Like, you can go Oddish, Gloom, and if you give a Gloom a leaf stone, it evolves into Vileplume, but if you dance with the Gloom in the pale moonlight or something, it evolves into Bellossom. So... Dance with a Gloom in the Pale Moonlight is the title of the episode, by the way. It was going to be a human mood ring, but no, that's funnier. I'm sorry. I have no idea what the fuck Pokemon to put here. Shit, dude. There is another one that fits the description. I'm sure there is one. Apparently there are 130... Oh, this is my uniqueness rank. Okay, I haven't been terribly unique. I have 8 points because I've gotten 8 of them. And I have 1 shot. Great. Awesome. Amazing. What the fuck Pokemon fits this fucking box? Sam. I literally can't think of a single Gen 1 grass type that doesn't evolve. Like, There's Bulbasaur, that's the starter, it evolves twice. There's Bellsprout, it evolves twice. There's Oddish, it evolves twice. There's... if something got an evolution later, it doesn't count. No evolution line. It's like, here is this Pokemon. Nothing evolves into it. It does not evolve into anything. So, does the Hedgehog one evolve? There's a Hedgehog one? Of course there's a Hedgehog one. Well, there's Chikorita, but Chikorita's the Gen 2 starter. It evolves twice. There's... God damn, dude. There's like, the Hedgehog type is legendary, so it's also Hedgendary, which, I'm just gonna do this. Yep. That having been said, what about, y'all, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. What about, like, Abomasnow? Something evolves into Abomasnow, right? Oh, apparently Abomasnow evolves into Crabominable? Fuck. You fucking learn stuff every day. Apparently you can just scroll. Great. What about Fomantis? This little guy here. Are you telling me that there is a Pokemon named Abomasnow and a Pokemon named Crabominable, and they have nothing to do with one another? Sam, are you telling me? No, I'm gonna... There is a... It doesn't matter if they're different gens. There is a Pokemon named Abomasnow and a separate, different Pokemon named Crabominable. And they don't interact. They're not like legendary foes. They're not the best of friends. They're just different Pokemon. Oh, God. Okay. Fine. Shaman. Sunflower Space said Shaman. Let's look at Shaman. I can't. How do you spell Shaman? Why can't I? Oh, it's because I didn't scroll up. Shaman. Apparently there are different versions of Shaman. Celebi. There you go. Celebi's a legendary grass type that damn well better not evolve. Yay! We did it! We, together as a group of friends, solved the fucking Pokemon puzzle. Sunflower Space is burying in advertisements. I'm sorry. It is a thing that happens. What is also a thing that happens is that tonight on a Monday, we will be playing Final Fantasy Tactics. We will play Tactics later tonight here on the channel. Circle Master will be with us. And if you can't make it, or if you don't want to make it, or if the world explodes and then reconstitutes itself, I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock Eastern, for another edition of Good Morning Mini Motorways. Until then, thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Have a good day and a goodbye.